What's up? It's AK Babyface. Subscribe to Supporting Icons for the latest boxing news.
Now, about an hour ago, I did a community post because I don't watch the Wilder protection channels. These people who are so desperate to be part of Deontay Wilder's wish list of getting pregnant, okay, and they would love to be his wife, and because this is how they act. So I don't watch these channels at all, but I know some of you guys do. You guys go over there for a good laugh, okay, at other people's stupidity. Okay, so I asked you guys in the community post, what is it that these channels are saying about the possibility as to why Deontay Wilder has allegedly turned down $100 million for 3 fights on DAZN. Okay, now to my knowledge of what I've heard is that the 3 fights included Dominic Brazil as his mandatory because he has to fight Dominic Brazil anyway, and then 2 back-to-back fights with Anthony Joshua. Okay, 100 million, which is way more money than what Deontay Wilder's worth. Bearing in mind, Deontay Wilder, he got schooled in his last fight, and he definitely lost that fight, and he got gifted a decision by the judges. Why? Because clearly it's what PBC, was it Showtime, whatever it may be, he got gifted a decision draw against Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, who got off the sofa after 2.5 years, blew so much up in weight, put gear in his body, had mental issues, was suicidal, got his boxing license removed by UCAD, got off the sofa, fought 2 taxi drivers, and then went to America, to Wilder's back garden, and beat him up. So not only is Wilder holding on to a title that he shouldn't really have, but he's been offered $100 million for 3 fights. So I asked you guys, what is it that some of these channels are doing? Now, obviously, I'm going to do separate videos on what it is that these people are saying, based on your comments, of course. But one of the ones that stood out to me right now, and it really made me laugh, was that one of the narratives that these channels are going with, the Wilder protection ones, are saying that Wilder's going to turn down $100 million for 3 fights because Anthony Joshua was not part of these 3 fights. So in other words, $100 million for Deontay Wilder to take on Dominic Brazil and 2 voluntaries, essentially, okay? So that's what, 33.3 million over per fight. So these people are saying that it's okay for Wilder to turn this down, and we're going to protect you, Wilder. And you know what? Please come onto our channel, give us a chat. You know, we'll say anything to protect you. I mean, for me, first of all, I think that Wilder's doing this. He's testing the boundaries with his fan channels to see how much can they take, how much can they keep on protecting him. Because 3 fights, whether it includes Anthony Joshua or not, for $100 million is stupid amounts of money that he ain't worth. Okay, but let's just go with the narrative that they're saying that Joshua's not part of the 3-fight deal for $100 million. Okay, so Joshua's not part of the 3-fight deal. Okay, fine. Personally, I don't agree with that one. DAZN are run by very, very successful businessmen. Why would they offer this man $100 million for 3 fights that don't include Anthony Joshua? It makes no logical sense. I know DAZN want to crack the market, but they're not stupid. As I said, they're run by very, very successful business people. Okay? Also, when Wilder was about to have the meeting, what did Deontay Wilder say? For everybody who wants the Wilder-Joshua show, you're going to get it. In other words, he knew what the offer was before he met DAZN. Therefore, Deontay Wilder was, or he knew that Joshua was part of the deal. Otherwise, why would he say that? So there's that one. So, but anyway, these channels are going with the narrative, and I hope it's not a broad perspective, but if it is, and if any of these channels are saying that, it's probably advisory that you set your videos where you said this to private or remove them or something, because people are going to look at you, even the most hardcore, and go, "Are you stupid? Okay, how much do you love this man? It's ridiculous, a man that you don't personally know." Okay, anyway, so let's go with their narrative that Deontay Wilder turned down a 3-fight deal for $100 million. That does not include Anthony Joshua. So 33.3 million per fight. That would include Dominic Brazil, 2 voluntaries. Okay, so that's perfectly acceptable. Anthony Joshua versus Big Baby Jarrell Miller. Anthony Joshua, unified heavyweight champion. Anthony Joshua, who earns stupid amounts of money anyway, and he has to travel to America, is getting paid $32 million to take on Big Baby Jarrell Miller. So already, if you were to look at it, Wilder's getting paid more money per fight for a voluntary than what Anthony Joshua is. So DAZN are offering Wilder more money. Why? Because they really want to buy that belt, because they know that he's on borrowed time and they want that belt over. Okay? Clearly, Sherry Finkel or Al Heyman are talking him out of it, because Wilder's not a leader, he's a follower, much like his fans are not leaders, they're followers. So Wilder's getting paid $33.3 million per fight, Joshua's getting paid $32 million per fight for a voluntary. So Wilder's getting paid more money than what Anthony Joshua is. So it's okay for Wilder to turn that down. Let's look at it the other way. Saul Canelo Alvarez, 365 million for 11 fights. You do the math. So it's good enough for Saul Canelo Alvarez, it's good enough for Anthony Joshua, but it's not good enough for Deontay Wilder. Yeah? There's that one. Let's also go across the pond to ESPN Top Rank. Tyson Fury, 5 fights for 100 million. That's 20 million per fight. So Wilder's getting paid a hell of a lot more than Tyson Fury is. Bear in mind that Tyson Fury did beat Deontay Wilder, and he was the reason that that fight was on pay-per-view, and it wasn't Wilder. But it's 20 million per fight is good enough for Tyson Fury, but 33.3 million is not good enough for Deontay Wilder. Do you hear yourself? Are you really saying this? It's good enough for Tyson Fury, it's good enough for Anthony Joshua, it's good enough for Saul Canelo Alvarez, and you can bet your bottom dollar that that's more money than what Triple G's getting. It's a hell of a lot more money than what Daniel Jacobs is getting, and any other fighter on the planet. So Wilder will be the highest paid fighter on the planet. And it's good enough for him to turn down 3 fights just because it doesn't include Anthony Joshua. Do you hear yourself? Are you really going with that narrative? Please tell me you're not. Please tell me you're not. 33.3 million per fight, and he's going to turn it down because it doesn't include Anthony Joshua. Okay, so you're going to go fight Dominic Brazil anyway on another platform, whether it be Showtime on pay-per-view or not, on Fox Sports pay-per-view or not. How much is he going to make fighting Dominic Brazil? And then have 2 voluntaries after that if he's successful. How much is he going to make? Do you really, 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 really believe that he's going to make 100 million or even close to it? No. If he's not even getting 10, maybe even 15 million for Tyson Fury, who is a huge name in the sport of boxing, how much is he going to get to take on Dominic Brazil? And Adam Kalnacki, a rematch with Luis Ortiz, whatever it may be. And you are perfectly okay with this. 100 million is generational money. You guys have been going on about Anthony Joshua turning down this fake offer of 50 million. You know, the 50 million that come from BT Sport, by the way, and Frank Warren confirmed this. 50 million that they refused to have a meeting about. 50 million that they gave Anthony Joshua 24 hours to accept without viewing or sending over any kind of terms and conditions. And it turned out that one of the conditions was he had to break his contractual rights with Sky Sports to go fight on BT Sport, which meant that Joshua would have probably lost all that money anyway when he got sued by Sky Sports. But you guys went with that one, saying that Anthony Joshua is a coward, but yet it's acceptable for Deontay Wilder to turn down $100 million. Is this really the narrative? If you are a channel doing this, where Deontay Wilder is essentially being offered, I don't believe for a second, but 3 fights that don't include Anthony Joshua, which would make him, the highest paid boxer today. And he ain't worth that. He's not even worth 2-3 million per fight. But they're willing to pay this man to get that WBC belt on their platform. It's not Wilder, it's the WBC belt. They want undisputed. Do you understand that? Are you people really in bed with this man? Are you guys really riding him until you're sore? Are you really doing that? Are you guys so desperate to be in Wilder's favour in the hope that maybe he may let you sleep next to him one night, that you would say, yeah, Wilder, it's okay, 3 fights, because it doesn't include Anthony Joshua, 100 million, turn it down. We support you. And if any of you guys are actually doing this, some of these channels, and those of you who watch and subscribe to these channels, are you sure you really want to watch and subscribe to these channels? Are you going with their narrative too? What are you really watching boxing for? Don't you want this man to have generational wealth? To leave the sport with that kind of money? And don't come out with, well, yeah, but what about what Anthony Joshua was getting? As I've just told you, he's getting less than what Deontay Wilder's being offered. But even if the fight did include Anthony Joshua, who cares what Anthony Joshua's getting? He's getting paid 100 million for 3 fights. Whether Joshua is on 1 of those fights, 2 of those fights, or all 3 of those fights. Who cares what it is that Joshua's getting? What are you getting? Are you allowing Shelley Finkel and Al Heyman to talk you out of this deal, Wilder? Is that what you're doing? You ain't no leader if you are. I don't care what the excuse is. Don't care. Go fight Dominic Brazil on Showtime or Fox pay-per-view, whatever it is that you may be doing. But you better be saying that you've already signed a contract to have your next fights on DAZN, because your next fight with Dominic Brazil is a farewell to the PBC as thanks for not really supporting you, but you know what? They have been allowing you and protecting you. So maybe you do feel that, you want to thank them by giving them a farewell fight. Fair enough. But you better be saying on Tuesday in this meeting that you will be going over to DAZN for the foreseeable future after that fight. I don't want to hear when I'm fighting Dominic Brazil and then we're going to talk about it after. No, not good enough. That would be a duck. So as I said, if anybody's going with a narrative that Wilder is having 3 fights and it's okay for him to turn him down for $100 million because it doesn't include Anthony Joshua, even though he's getting paid more than Joshua per fight, getting paid more than Tyson Fury per fight, and getting paid pretty much on par with Saul Canelo Alvarez per fight. Anyway, keep your comments coming, and I'll keep on doing the videos to back their stupidity. Please don't believe these people. Please don't be subscribed to these people. You're better than that, okay? Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.